Hello and welcome to the new Building Your Life After Traumatic Brain Injury channel here on YouTube. I created this channel in order to answer questions that individuals have concerning living with the impact of a brain injury. To read an article that I wrote yesterday in response to a question that an individual sent me, I'll bring up the article. Here's the article. How to better organize our lives after traumatic brain injury. Several days ago, I created a new YouTube channel, Building Your Life After Traumatic Brain Injury, to explore and answer questions. In response, someone asked how they could better organize their life. Below, I will share their question and what helped me to better organize my life after my traumatic brain injury. Here's the question they sent me. One of my questions is how to organize my life. I know living with a TBI or traumatic brain injury is frustrating. I listened to your story and it is inspiring. I am so grateful that you share so transparently and honestly. For me, sometimes it feels like I've lost part of myself. Often this takes me to depression, as I know most don't or won't understand. I'm sorry my question isn't more clear. I know that my life needs more organization so that I can meet many life's challenges that I struggle immensely with. Thank you. I want to thank you for your question. It's a very good question, and I understand there are people in our lives that don't want to or can't accept our realities because for them it would mean that they'd have to feel feelings that they don't know how to feel or don't want to feel, or make changes that they don't want to make or aren't able to make. So it's a good thing for us. I've learned for myself that I'm the one that really needs to get it. I'm the one that needs to accept my reality, and I need to do the work to be able to do that. It's a long, strenuous process, but I'm glad that I've taken the process. Let me share with you what's helped me in that process. Thank you. In my experience, I needed to grieve my abilities, grieve what I couldn't do anymore, or I could never do. And what I was trying to do is put a square peg into a round hole in society. And because of the limitations and deficits that my brain injury created, it didn't equip me to be able to work in a full-time or part-time position. Or so what I did is I went ahead and I created this Second Chance to Live, my Second Chance to Live YouTube channel, and now this Building Your Life After Traumatic Brain Injury. In my experience, it just took what it took to grieve what I could not change. There were no shortcuts, finding peace. When I reached a place and time when I realized that I could not change my reality, I found peace. Finding peace helped me to grow in my ability to accept what I could not change. As I grew in my ability to accept what I could not change, I began to realize that I had more choices. Here's a quote that I like that really speaks to me and speaks to this process. When one door of happiness closes, another door opens, but often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one which is open for us, and that's by Helen Keller. Through my experience, I discovered that there are different learning styles: visual or watching, auditory, listening, and kinesthetic, doing. Some people learn best through a combination of these three styles. Others learn predominantly through the use of one or two of these styles. What I learned through being tested. After being tested by Goodwill, as I was going through the evaluation process with the Department of Vocational Rehabilitation in Florida, I discovered that I best learn through a combination of these three styles: through listening, auditory, through watching, visual, and watching the skill modeled, and then by doing or kinesthetic, the skill. Difficulty learning sequences of information. Through the testing, I also discovered that I had difficulty learning sequences of information or steps of information in the process of accomplishing a skill or a skill set or a task. or tasks. As a result, I developed a strategy of writing down the sequence of steps that I needed to complete to achieve the task or tasks. After writing the steps down, I was able to refer to the list as I went about learning the task or task at my own rate and pace. Being aware of your traumatic brain injury. Being aware after your traumatic brain injury. How people may be trying to teach you may not work. Your learning style may have changed following your brain injury, my friend. As a result, you may be attempting to learn in ways that no longer work for you. As a result, you may be frustrated and want to give up on your process and your journey. But don't give up. Ask your counselor or caseworker to test your learning style. Are you a visual learner, an auditory learner, or a kinesthetic learner? Do you learn through watching, listening, doing, or a combination of watching, listening, and doing? Be aware that you may need to be taught in a different way, in a way that is different from the way that you were taught before your traumatic brain injury. Understanding how you and I best learn, we are given hope. Understanding how we best learn and are taught will help us to develop strategies to organize and build our lives after our brain injuries. In October 2014, I wrote an article that helped me to accept myself when other people could not, when I felt minimized, marginalized, dismissed, and discounted because of my disability, which other people couldn't accept or didn't want to accept. I would invite you to read this article by clicking on the link, and I include a link here in the article. Yes, I have a disability, but don't count me out because. In February 2017, I wrote an article to explore what helped me to be able to accept and stop fighting against myself. I would invite you to read the article by clicking on this link. The article is "You Are Not Crazy, You Have an Invisible Disability." I will include links to both of these articles in the description portion with the YouTube video presentation. So scroll down to the description portion and you can click on the article links to read the articles as you're wanting to enable. This is the end of the video presentation on how to better organize your life after your traumatic brain injury. Before I go, let me encourage you with this. Please do not give up on yourself, a loving God, or your process, because more will be revealed to you and to me with time. The pieces of the puzzle will come together in the correct order and at the right time. I'll say so long for now. Have a great day, and God bless both you and your family. Happy Easter. So long now.